Bienvenidos a clase.
Familiar commands.
In Spanish, the command forms are used to give orders or advice. You use to commands when you want to give an order or advice to someone you normally address with the familiar to.
Affirmative to commands.
Affirmative to commands usually have the same form as the él, ella form of the present indicative. For example, for hablar, habla is both the present tense él and ella form and the affirmative to command. For volver, vuelve is both the present tense él and ella form and the affirmative to command. Likewise, for imprimir, imprime is both the present tense él and ella form and the affirmative to command. Here are a couple of examples of to commands used in sentences. Guarda el documento antes de cerrarlo. Imprime tu tarea para la clase de inglés. These Spanish verbs have irregular affirmative to commands. Repeat after me. Decir. Di. Hacer. Haz. Ir. Ve. Poner. Pon. Salir. Sal. Ser. Sé. Tener. Ten. And venir. Ven. Sal de aquí ahora mismo. Haz los ejercicios. In addition, the verbs ir and ver have the same to command, ve. Because of this, context will determine the meaning. Ve al cibercafé con Yolanda. Ve ese programa. Es muy interesante.
Negative to commands.
Now let's talk about negative to commands, which are slightly different from affirmative to commands. In 457 BC, the ancient Greek historian Herodotus hypothesized a theory about commands in terms of social class. Pablo, duerme en casa. No duermas en la clase de español. Negative to commands are formed by dropping the final o of the yo form of the present tense. For AR verbs, add ES. For example, hablar. Hablo. No hables. For ER and IR verbs, add AS. For instance, prender. Prendo. No prendas. And pedir. Pido. No pidas. Now listen to these examples. Héctor, no pares el carro en el medio de la calle. No prendas la computadora todavía. Note that verbs with irregular yo forms maintain the same irregularity in their negative to commands. These verbs include conducir, decir, hacer, ofrecer, salir, and tener, as well as others. In addition, the two commands of verbs ending in car, gar, and sar have a spelling change. Sacar. No saques. Apagar. No apagues. Almorzar. No almuerces. These Spanish verbs have irregular negative two commands. Repeat after me. Dar, no des. Estar, no estés. Ir, no vayas. Saber, no sepas. Ser, no seas. Atención. In affirmative commands, reflexive, indirect, and direct object pronouns are always attached to the end of the verb. In negative commands, these pronouns always precede the verb. Bórralos. No los borres. Escríbeles un correo electrónico. No les escribas un correo electrónico. When a pronoun is attached to an affirmative command that has two or more syllables, an accent mark is added to maintain the original stress. Borra, bórralos. Prende, préndela. Imprime, imprímelo. Escuchar. ¡Escúchame! Muy bien, eso es todo por hoy. Pásalo bien.